Welcome to the 68th episode of the MC Knitting Adventures podcast. My name's Colleen.
And my name is May. Welcome to returning viewers, and for those of you watching us for the first time, we're so glad you could join us. There's lots to talk about today. We've been doing a lot of crafting still.
Absolutely.
Because of COVID and being locked down. But before we begin to talk about that, Colleen's going to talk about what we're wearing.
So first of all, let's talk about May's cowl.
You want to talk about the jean jackets first?
Oh, we can talk about the jean jackets. I keep saying to May, it goes with the jean jacket, so we decided it was time.
Well, Colleen had said, I'm going to wear the jean jacket, and I thought, I think I have a jean jacket deep down in the closet, and I found it.
So that's good.
That's how we ended up with the jean jacket.
All right. So what May is wearing is a hack of the Katy shawl. So this is a 2-skein shawl, and obviously what May is wearing is not. So it is from Lion Brand Yarns. It's called Hand Dyed Heaven. So that's what that is. And what I did was I knit just the opening part and then cast off. And I put the two ends together.
There's no tie back.
There's no tie back. And there's an I-cord edging on both the side going up. That's part of the pattern. And then I finished it off with an I-cord.
Yeah. Easy peasy, put it on. It's great.
The color is brilliant on you.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. Now, what I'm wearing is the Luceta. And that's from Lola's Choice. That's the club that Laura Nelkin has. So there it is. Now I want you to know that if you are thinking you'd like to knit something like this, you don't have to have a Luceta to do so. The pattern itself also has a way of doing an I-cord, and whether you put beads in or don't put beads in, at least you'd have a lovely necklace to wear.
Good
so
idea.
It's kind of nice and light for the summer. We're hoping it's going to be summer
Yes.
soon. So it's nice and light, and that will help you out. So that's what we're wearing, and next we're going to talk about finished objects. My first finished object is the Glengrove cowl, and that's by Laura Chau. Now, if you recall, I had mentioned that this was a double wrapped cowl, and I was having trouble working on it. And so what I decided was I would just do one repeat, and then I just keep doing it until it's done. Well, you know, you get one repeat done, you go, oh, I'll just do another repeat. Oh, I'll just do another repeat.
And you got going, and there you go.
And there you go. Now, I just want to show you something. It's not going to matter because this is a double wrap cowl, but I want to show you the difference between 2 skeins of yarn. So, you have to start this with a provisional edge, and then, so that's the one ball of yarn, and then you come around with the other skein of yarn, and you can see how much difference there is. Now, I'm not worried about this because I'm going to have the seam at the back. I'm going to double wrap it. It's going to be fine. And by the time I realized how much difference there was, I thought, I am not ripping this out. So it's a lovely pattern.
So what would you do with that otherwise? Like, I mean, to make it not so dramatic. Like, was it the same dye lot?
Those kind of yarns, and I'll just say it is Malabrigo Rios, and it's Wales Road. They don't really have dye lots. It's just a colorway. And so that's why with a hand dyed yarn like this, that you want to, you could alternate. And I, first of all, to be honest with you, hadn't thought about it because I thought, oh, I'm just making a cowl. It's going to be fine. I didn't think about the fact that I'd be seaming the 2 ends together. So that's on me. But the other thing is, I probably, if I was going to do this anyway, I wouldn't have alternated skeins because I would have something being dragged up the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't want to have that. It needs to have the stretch so it can go around the head.
And with this, like you say, it's going to work because it's going to be around your neck and it's going to be all like that, and you're not really going to notice it the same.
Yeah, and I'm going to put that seam at the back of my neck.
But when you do that, you can see the difference.
Exactly. So it just lets you know if you're making a sweater or making something where it really matters about those 2 skeins or 3 skeins or 5 skeins, whatever, you really have to alternate skeins.
Good suggestion.
So that's that. Now, my next finished object is the Migra mitts, and that's by Laura Nelkin, and it's Gale's Art MYS, which is merino, yak, and silk, and they are lovely. Do you want to be the...
I will hold them up because I don't want to stretch them out because they look like they could be stretched out.
They do. So there they are. and I really, really like them. They're kind of fancy, which is neat. So you've got the beads coming up. There's 2 sides of beads. The pattern is really well explained, as I mentioned to you last time I messed up. But once it got going, it was fine. The second one was great. And I'll just put one on here. And I really like it. Now, I did the smaller of the 2 because my hands are pretty small. And I really think that if it gets cool, I could wear it. I know there's beads that might be touching my skin, but for me, my hands get cold all the time. So even to have them while I'm knitting or doing something, and I just think they're really pretty.
It's kind of cool.
I really, really like them. So that's that. Now, my third and fourth finished objects are the Katy Loose socks, and that's by Katy Lou Green. And I used the perfect pair. And as we've mentioned a number of times, we like this pattern. It fits the kids' feet. The yarn itself is acrylic and viscose and some polyester, so it washes well. So there's the first pair. And here is the second pair. So I got 2 pairs done. This one was almost done when I showed you the last time. And these ones I kind of had on the needles and I was just waiting to finish off, and I'm really, really happy with everything.
This is a great color.
Yeah.
And this is a different color just because it's got that little bit of pink in there.
Right.
But nice. Nice in their own way, I guess.
Yep. So we've got birthday socks. I think I've got everybody done till the end of the year, which is amazing. That's what COVID will do. When you're locked down and you know you can get yarn like that by doing curbside at Michael's, then I was able to get those done. Now, the last thing that I did, as we mentioned, I was talking about a lot of the baby things that I have been knitting ended up looking like they might be for a little girl. Not that it matters either way, but just they were being a little bit more feminine. I'll just put it that way. So what I decided, I had some yarn which was called Trendy Baby from Maxim. And this is great stuff for babies. It's, they call it anti-pilling acrylic, which is nice. And what I wanted to do was I just wanted to make a circular yoked sweater. And then I decided to make a hat because I had enough left. Now, this is a Tin Can Knits pattern. It's called Cartography. And the pattern itself is a circular yoked thing. It has all kinds of charts to do color work, but the yarn itself had striping going on anyway. So here is what we ended up with.
So cute.
And if you see, the stripes here are much thinner than what's on the sleeves, and that's because the circumference is less. So all I did, because I thought, oh, is that going to be a problem? I thought, no, as long as the 2 sleeves are the same, it's okay. So it makes it kind of a cute little sweater. It's got the different colors of blues and some white and kind of a yellowy kind of green. And
it's cute.
There we
it's got
go.
a really nice neck to get it on and off of its head, right?
I know.
So,
I really am quite happy with it. So we can tuck that in our bag of goodies for when people have babies.
Yes.
And there we go.
It's always handy to have.
Exactly. So I'm thrilled about that. And then, as I said, I had enough yarn left that I could do a little baby hat. So this is called the Basic Baby Hat. It's by Heather Tucker. Now, at the top it says Mama Stitchery Projects. I've knit this hat before, but I will tell you.
This pattern didn't all come together. It was
No,
totally
two separate patterns.
Oh,
Exactly.
Because sometimes don't you get a pattern that has the hat, the hat, and that?
Absolutely.
Oh.
I just did a little hunting around. So this is the cutest
Oh,
thing.
my
I'm so
gosh,
happy with
I love
that.
it. I could put that on. It feels so soft.
It is. It's
You
really,
have
really
done
nice.
this before. I
Yes.
remember.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah.
And so it's just a DK weight yarn to use, and that was DK.
That's going to be
So
a cute little
It's a
thing.
cute little thing. So we'll just, as I said, we'll tuck those things away. It's kind of nice
Yeah.
if you're working on big projects to work on a little project, and then what happens is you just get the idea that you finished something and you can go on.
Yeah.
So those are my finished objects. And May, how about you?
I have a few finished objects, but I'm going to keep those for the craft section of our podcast.
Perfect. Okay, that sounds good. And next we're going to talk about works in progress. My first work in progress is the Kairos knit cuff, and that's by Nelkin. Now it comes in a kit, and I had perhaps done a little too much knitting one day. And what was happening was I'd go to brush my teeth and my wrist would feel like it was, I couldn't do it.
Ooh.
So I thought, okay, I need to not knit for a couple of days. Well, that lasted a day.
Did it help?
It helped a little bit. It did help a little bit. I shouldn't say it did. It helped a little bit. I just needed to know that you don't sit and knit for 3 hours solid.
I knew you weren't knitting because I had this pitter patter all over the house for 2 days.
Well, it's like,
I was like, can't she sit still?
No, there's no sitting still. I didn't think I was a fidgety person, but once you have knitting to calm you down. So what I decided one night when I was thinking, I cannot not knit anymore. I thought, oh, I know I have this little kit. Once again, by Nelkin. I thought, I'll get that out. It's just very small, and I'll just knit a little bit, and if my wrist hurts, then I won't.
So, did it hurt with this one or no? Is this different?
No, it didn't hurt. There's knitting and purling in this. You have to manipulate the beads a little bit. By the end, I was thinking I had done enough. So there's what it is. Now, it's a work in progress because it's not done. So the kit itself,
that would make so much sense.
The kit itself comes with beads and one of these dental floss things and a nice little tin. And then it also comes with these leather closures. That's hard to say. And so what will happen is the closures will go at each end. And then let's see if I can do this.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah, so these will do this and then it will open and close. That's how it will look, and then I'm going to have a lovely, nice, light bracelet to wear in the summer.
Nice.
It might even go nice with the jean jacket. Who knows?
Everything's going to go with the jean jacket.
It always goes with the jean jacket. I think so. It's so funny because I always say it goes with the jean jacket, never wear it with the jean jacket. I have tried, you know, when you have casual days at work, back in the days that we were working.
Right.
And I go, okay, I could wear a jean jacket today with my dress pants. It would be okay. And put it on. No, can't do it. So now I'm doing
that you're
it.
retired, hey.
Here we go. That's right. So that's my first work in progress. My next work in progress is called the Reversible Undulating Waves Cowl. Once again, it's got beads, so you know it's by Nelkin. Love this pattern. There is a lot of manipulating, and I think that may have been a bit because it's the kind of thing you just want to put another row on because of all that it does.
And that's what maybe did the wrist thing? Or?
I think so. And the other thing is, I know that I tweaked it lifting some groceries, and I think I just needed to take a break.
There's lots going on with this
I'll
thing.
let you hold
lots
that up.
Of these little...
So this yarn
What
is
are these little... what do you call these things? The little...
stitch markers.
Yes, there's lots of those going on here.
There are. Okay, great point. So what I did, and this is a good thing if you're not sure you can handle lace, is that let's say the lace is a 10 stitch repeat. You put markers every 10 stitches. And then you know by the end of that, you should be okay. So I know in between those stitch markers, there should be 20 stitches.
And you've got about 20 stitch markers on here.
It's a double wrap cowl.
Yeah.
So
When I first picked it up, I thought, oh, this is made out of metal. Nope, it's 20
not
stitch markers.
so much. Now the yarn is the Adorn Luxe, and this is by the Three Irish Girls Yarn Company. And I, as I mentioned before, I love this yarn. I just love the colors in it. I think it would go nice with a jean jacket or a pair of, like, over a black turtleneck, or there's so many colors in it. It would go with a lot of things.
Different color
Exactly.
colors in this one than the usual that you have.
Exactly. So the beads are, there's some that are called root beer, so it's a dark brown, and some are a gold color, but they have kind of different tones to them. So there's lighter and darker. Some have a little greeny tone to them. So I'm really happy with this.
Yeah, you can see, I don't know if you can see the beads in there, but there's a great match.
They do. And it's interesting because there's how...
There's the beads here.
Yeah.
There's hundreds of beads on here.
Exactly.
Wow.
So the nice thing is you can't put too many beads on at once. So in this case, what you do is you put let's say half the number of beads on, you knit that much, then you have to cut your yarn, thread the beads on again, and then join that new yarn. So it's not a big deal when you know what to do, but if you put the too many beads on at once, it would wreck the yarn because it slides over it. So that's that. So I'm really happy, and this is the one I want to get done because I want to see what it looks like when it's done. So it's got some open work in the beads, and I'm really happy with that one. My last work in progress is called the Terra Shawl, and that's by Joji Locatelli. I love Joji's patterns. Now, I asked May to feel this yarn because I didn't want you to see the face she would do when she touched it. That's the one. And this is the Fibre Company Arranmore Light, and it has merino wool, cashmere, and silk.
When you said there was cashmere in this,
You didn't believe
I'm
me.
like, there's got to be like 1.5%.
There you go. So if you remember, we've been watching a little bit of The Incredible Dr. Pole.
Yes.
And there was this one goat that had all these long locks, and they were trying to, cashmere goat yarn in there.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know if you watch Dr. Pole, but I love it. Like, do you see it? Do you get it where you are? Because it's awesome. It's about this vet, and he's from Michigan.
Yeah.
And he's got quite a large area. I don't think he's
Yeah,
got 20,000 customers or something.
Yeah.
And he goes and he cows are having babies and
Right.
goats and sheep. He just takes care of
He's
everything.
amazing. That's
we
for
love
sure.
Dr. Pole.
Now, they're in their 18th season, and we're still watching the 4th season. But anyway, we've had lots of fun watching.
Yes, we have. Now, speaking of celebrities, because he's a bit of a celebrity, Dr. Pole.
Yes, he is.
Speaking of celebrities, do you know Michelle Obama under COVID has knit her daughter some I don't know, what do you call it, camisoles or something?
Wow. I
Yes.
knew Michelle Obama was knitting. Yes.
Yeah, Michelle Obama. So I hope Michelle Obama can watch our podcast. Wouldn't that be awesome? Anyway, we just love Michelle Obama.
There you go.
There you go. That's our little tidbit for today.
All right. So this is as much as I've got started. So there's a repeat of 16 rows, and I've got one of those done. I think I have 4 more to do. But it's a really nice, easy lace. And when you do this and hold it up to your neck, there's a little bit of what they call is tooth to it. But I think when I soak it and block it, I think some of that will
soften
go.
it up a little bit
It
because
will.
I really like the design on here.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of cool.
I really, really like it.
Yeah,
I'm really
and
happy
it would
with
go great with a jean jacket.
You think?
Really? Oh. Okay.
Dear, we're having fun with our jean jacket. So those are my works in progress, and next we're going to talk about our craft adventure.
We have been busy crafting, Colleen and I, because of COVID. I mean, what else is there to do? We're at
That's
home
right.
and we've got some crafting materials at home we might as well use up.
Yeah.
And so what have you been up to?
So I have been knitting a couple, this is the second of 2 of them that I made, and the pattern is by Cozy Up Designs, and I think it's Christina's Cowl. I will double check that, and I'll have May put that underneath. And so I have knit the one, and then I had a conversation with May, and I said, May, there's supposed to be 2 buttons. So I really like this because it just slips over your head, and then you've got that warmth around. Now this is Charisma by Loops and Thread. So love the yarn. This knit up very nicely. You end up with this V, but your job is to put a couple of buttons. They are not functioning buttons, they're just for decoration.
Mm-hmm.
So I was talking to May about buttons. I said, May, it's COVID and I can't get to the store. And then even if I get to the store, sometimes the buttons are $2 a piece. And I'm not sure about that. And I said,
But I didn't say anything about that until one of our subscribers
Yes.
had suggested
Oh.
that I make buttons because her husband makes buttons. And I
Right.
thought, I never thought of that before. So I have this little lathe that I thought almost killed myself. I don't really know how to make buttons with a lathe, but I tried it out. Things were flying everywhere.
okay.
Anyway, so I thought, well, that's not going to work.
Right.
So then I thought, well, I've got this little scroll saw. Why don't I try and make buttons and then sand them into some kind of roundness or something, see if
Okay.
that works. And then you came up with the conversation, and you can take it from there.
And I said, May, it's a lot of money for buttons. Do you think you could make buttons? That I knew that
Right.
the subscriber had said it. Do you think you could make buttons? Because I'd love to do these. These would be nice Christmas gifts. And so I thought I could get started now. They would be done. So anyway.
Anyway, so...
And then the magic happened. So I'm going to let May show these magical buttons.
Well, they're just buttons.
Okay,
They weren't
just buttons.
They weren't too bad. I'm using kind of scrap wood, scrap good wood. This is I believe this is walnut.
Oh my goodness.
I found, and it was the right thickness.
Right, they're
and
perfect.
It was just little pieces, and I thought, well, I can do that, drill a couple of holes and make some buttons. So that's what's going to go on there.
So May's going to hold that, and I'll just show you where these go. I'll just steal that from you. So it's there, and you just sew those on. So that's what's going to happen next, and then we'll have one cowl done. And May, within, I don't know, 20 minutes, had 6 buttons done for me. So
well, then you could pick.
Then I could pick. And that's okay, because then you want to try and get the ones that match the best. So that was very exciting to me. That's what I've been up to. Not quite finished.
That's kind of a joint craft adventure, wasn't it?
It was.
Good. I like doing joint craft adventures with you.
It was great. I really appreciate you helping me out, because if you go to a store like Walmart, you can't go into the sewing cart. They won't let you do that. It's not considered essential.
But because, when you make a custom button, though, you can make custom sizes, too, which is cool. But you can't always get the size you need at the store.
No, that's for sure. And obviously, you can't go in and look at Fabric Land. So those buttons saved me. Thank you very much.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
that.
It was fun to do for you.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm looking at lots of crafting over here. So I'm going to sit back and I can be the Vanna if you need me to.
As you know, I had the new scroll saw, and I've just been going crazy because I'm trying to really still figure out what it's capable of and what it's not capable of. Different size blades. Somebody had suggested to show my blades, and I'll do that next podcast because they're very, very thin and some of them are circular, and I can show you different things. And so I wanted to honor the healthcare workers in some way. And through a woodworking book, I saw this healthcare worker with wings, and I thought, that is perfect. It just says it all.
Right.
And so, but I didn't want to use it. There was no pattern. It was just a little photograph.
Right.
So then I thought, well, maybe I could make my own pattern.
Right.
So I came up, because I've never made my own pattern either before this thing. So made my own pattern and my own idea of how I would do that if I was going to honor a healthcare worker with my scroll saw.
Right.
So this is what I came up with.
Oh my goodness, it's amazing.
So there you go.
So every single one of those had to be done individually?
Yes. What you do is you cut out your pattern.
Right.
And then you cut out all the little pieces.
Oh my
and then you
goodness.
sand every piece individually, and then you glue it onto the back.
Oh my goodness,
But,
that would have taken forever.
But that, you know what, I just love like the symbolization of all of that.
Exactly.
Right? And the woodworking piece was fun to do.
Brilliant.
And and I'm working on another one
good.
too, the one that's facing kind of forward and sitting on a bench.
Oh, okay.
I'm making up that pattern too, so yeah.
Brilliant.
So that was something that was kind of fun to do.
Very nice.
And to honor those healthcare workers who we appreciate so
Right.
much. And then when I was making those buttons, I thought I really love this walnut or whatever. I think it's pretty much walnut. It's beautiful wood.
It is.
I loved it so much. I thought I'm going to make Colleen a necklace. So I haven't really got the pieces on yet. Maybe this should have been a work in progress.
That's okay. There's lots of things.
We're going to get some silver and put it around, and then it's going to be some jewelry.
Very nice.
Yep. Now there's little things you can do. This one's not quite finished either. Drill little holes in here, and you put polymer clay in.
Wow.
So it gives it just
Very
a
good.
different little bit of a look.
Yeah.
This one was kind of a work in progress. It was supposed to be like a
It's cute,
what do you
though.
call those? A Celtic knot.
Right.
But it's so tiny you can't get into
To get it.
to get the thing. I'm going
Right.
to work on that. But
Right.
those are just some ideas that you can do with a scroll saw. Just
That
if you're
is amazing.
interested in getting one.
Exactly.
So there's that. And then I had some, in the garage, I had some cedar planks that I
Right.
used for some of my mom's tables. I thought, what do you do
Right.
with cedar? Like, what can you do? So there's this guy, and his name is Steve Good, and he does free scroll saw plans.
Right.
And he's the one that did the Luceta, actually.
Right.
It's
right.
a free plan, and he's just a really nice man, and he gives out these free plans. He loves to do the planning for the scroll saw.
That's great.
And also he just takes donations, but for the most part, they're just
Right.
free online. So if you ever can look up his website, Steve Good. But anyway, I don't believe this was one of his. This was there's these kind of dogs online, and I just
Right.
kind of cut the outline
Oh, cool.
and put a little hook on
Right.
there. It's for a dog's leash.
Right. Very
So
nice.
that's made out of cedar, but what I'd like to do is make one out of pine, paint it black,
Right.
and then it looks like the dog's tail.
Okay. Very nice.
So that's good for a dog's leash.
Right.
So then I thought, well, if you can do that, then maybe you can do a little keychain holder. So there's that.
Very
and
nice.
I've got these little hooks that are going to go in here for your keys.
Very good.
Yep. And if there's
Very
any other
nice.
ideas for what I could do with pine, that would be great.
Okay.
Using wood at home.
That's right.
So then, in the past, I've made these plaques.
Right.
And because, like I'm saying, we have the material here, I don't have to go and buy it, go online. Because right now with COVID, going to get crafting materials is a bit of a chore. And going to the Home Depot where I get some of my wood is a chore. So I'm trying to use the wood that I have around. And I know projects that particular wood can be used for.
Right.
So I've done these plaques before, but I did them in a lighter stain.
Okay.
And I have darker stain, not much left, by the way. I have to order some more.
Oh, dear.
But then again, that's a whole other thing. Because I think I didn't have the lighter stain. So you'll recognize the plaque, but with the darker stain.
Very nice. Oh, you do such a good work.
Yep.
That's very nice.
It was, again, the scroll saw. I had the materials here. I had the material, the plaid material.
Yeah.
So it was...
called buffalo plaid, I think is what they call it.
Buffalo plaid, yes. I had that available. So I thought, well, I might as well do what I have the material for.
Doesn't help you good.
And that's the other one. So there you go.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You have been busy,
So
my
I
dear.
haven't. I love that scroll saw. I think I mentioned that too. But it's my new favorite toy.
But do you scroll saw with your jean jacket on?
No way. Not gonna get that jean jacket dirty. Okay. And then that's what I've been up to in that nice clean garage of mine. And and cutting the grass. And oh, by the way, what we did yesterday. I changed the oil in the lawnmower for the first time. I love YouTube. You learn so much.
That's right.
You learn how to knit. You can learn how to change oil on your lawnmower.
YouTube's a good thing.
Yeah. So I was able to do it. Pulled the thing.
Very
really went.
good.
So
Talented
it
soul.
really wasn't good because the oil
It was pretty
black.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what I've been up to. And
Okay. And next we're going to talk about our souvenirs. So May, do you have any souvenirs?
you know what? I don't. Do you?
No, I don't have any souvenirs.
What? You don't have souvenirs?
I don't. Now we just recently placed an order, but I don't have anything right now. And that's okay.
Ooh.
What that means is we're diving into stash. So this yarn that was used to make these might have been 3 years old.
Right.
So I think we've done a good job.
We have. We've been using what we have at home, which is
Exactly.
perfect. So
Yeah.
I like that.
Exactly, me too. So thanks so much for watching. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up, comment down below. Let us know what crafts you're doing or if there's something you'd like to see us do. You know, forever the person who said make buttons, thank you for that because May wasn't able to rescue me. And do subscribe because we're happy to do this for you and we want to be able to continue to do so. So thank you so much and until next time,